This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Selling a little or a lot? Do your thing however you cha-ching with Shopify, the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout. 36% better on average compared to other leading commerce platforms. Get a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/offer23.
'Tis the season to shine with H&M. Discover the holiday collection and find fashionable pieces for your wardrobe or for under the tree. Get inspired and dazzle with this year's glam. From tuxedo styles, bow detailed pieces, impressive prints, and more. From unforgettable looks to unforgettable gifts. With fashion finds to home decor, find it all at H&M. Treat your loved ones and yourself this season. Shop in-store or at hm.com.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Not only have I been the owner of Mint Mobile for the last few years, I've also been a customer. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
New activation and upfront payment for 3-month plan required. Taxes and fees extra. Additional restrictions apply. See mintmobile.com for full terms.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Selling a little or a lot? Do your thing however you cha-ching with Shopify, the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout. 36% better on average compared to other leading commerce platforms. Get a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/offer23.
'Tis the season to shine with H&M. Discover the holiday collection and find fashionable pieces for your wardrobe or for under the tree. Get inspired and dazzle with this year's glam. From tuxedo styles, bow detailed pieces, impressive prints, and more. From unforgettable looks to unforgettable gifts. With fashion finds to home decor, find it all at H&M. Treat your loved ones and yourself this season. Shop in-store or at hm.com.
What I didn't realize is I was overindulging, trying to find some level of some level of satisfaction. And that's where I was going for a really long time. And I struggled with it. Hey girl, imagine a life where you feel supported, connected, and understood. I get it. Being a mom is hard, especially when you're spinning so many plates. We exhaust ourselves trying to create the perfect life for our family. You deserve to enjoy your family without the stress perfectionism brings. On this podcast, I provide practical and relatable life experiences. I teach women quick and easy to use strategies to help them reclaim their identity, reignite their marriage, and enjoy their children. If you're ready to be challenged, then pull up a chair, grab a pen and paper because it's about to go down. I'm Veronica Cisneros, a licensed marriage and family therapist, and this is the Empowered and Unapologetic Podcast. Okay, so before I even start recording this podcast episode, right off the bat, I got to tell you that I am so nervous because I had it all planned out on what I wanted to talk about, what lesson I was going to teach you, and I was going to go ahead and go from there. And that's as far as I was going to go, right? But something inside of me compelled me to just, let down that wall and say, you know what? Screw it. Let's just do this. And so I thought today for this podcast episode, I would go ahead and allow myself to be vulnerable. And don't get me wrong, I'm definitely vulnerable on freaking all of these damn podcast episodes. And I don't say like damn, like I don't care, but like I am vulnerable on all of these podcast episodes. But this is going to be a level of vulnerability that's different within a different area of my life. I've obviously shared my relationship with my husband, the good, the bad, the ugly. I've obviously shared even some of, my life as a mom, even as a therapist. This one we're going to take further. And this one is my journey with regards to eating. The holidays are coming up, and I got to tell you, I'm excited about them just because, the food is going to be absolutely amazing. However, at the same time, there's this fear. There's this fear of, am I going to go back into this place of feasting again? Because that's exactly what I do. I go into, this is going to be taken away from me. I'm only going to have it for a short period of time. And so eat all of it, like eat as much as you can. And then once it's gone, then we can start back on the diet. Like it's here, just get rid of it. And then I do what's called, I get the fuck it. I already had one. Why not have like 3 more? I already did this. Why not do this? And, I'll go ahead and start on Monday, or I'll start tomorrow, or I'll work my ass off. I'll do all of these things. But the reality is it's been this internal battle, and it's happened for the majority of my life. And I didn't realize how big it was until I started working with my coach, my fitness coach. And that's when it just kind of hit me like, holy shit, Veronica, you have a really, really strong negative relationship with food. And I didn't realize how strong that relationship was until I started talking about it and just kind of taking a deeper dive into what I was experiencing, what's happening, right? And it is in those moments that I just kind of am processing through it. And as a therapist, for me at least, I don't know about everybody else, but for me as a therapist, I practice what I preach. And so exactly, if you're a client of mine, you know that my ass is telling you to take it deeper. You're bullshitting me right now. Take it deeper. What is emotion? Let's go with the emotion, and then let's take it from there. And so I do the same thing with myself when I'm processing things on my own, or even with my coach. And I'm going to go ahead and read you a journal entry just to kind of give you an idea of where I'm at right now. And I wish I would have pulled, matter of fact, let me see if I can pull it real quick. And I know I'm recording an episode. Really, Veronica, you're going to record an episode and you're going to look for something. Yeah, that's just the way it is. Yes, I am. So I'm going to go ahead and read you a journal entry that I wrote. Woke up this morning with a great feeling of gratitude. I'm alive today. I'm alive and I'm healthy. I'm alive and my kids and my husband are healthy. I need to look up more. I admit I stay stuck on focusing on the tasks and rarely look up and enjoy what I have. How can I do that more? What do I want that to look like? I'm proud of myself for not overindulging. Rice is not bad and neither are tortillas. I got to keep reminding myself about that. What is my one goal for today? What is my one goal for today? Well, my goal is to stay off TikTok. Damn, it's so addicting. And instead, enjoy my family. If they are what brings me joy, why do I ignore them? I keep forgetting I have a choice. I fall into thinking so much is expected of me, and so I quit. The truth is, I get to choose. I get to choose. And for whatever reason, I have chosen time and time again a task, food, over being intentional. Why would I do that? Why do I constantly deny myself that ability to live and experience true joy? I'm carrying resentment for making myself believe that I don't have a choice. And that resentment carries through with regards to the relationships I have with my husband and the kids and friends and family, because I have to do all of these things to make you happy. I have to do all of these things and attend all of these events and solve all of these situations in order for me to be loved and appreciated and supported. But that is an active choice I'm making. However, I build resentment because I refuse. I refuse to see the truth. I refuse to see the truth. Those are things that I really, really need to go ahead and pay attention to. Those are the things that keep me stuck. I'm going to take you to another journal entry. And once again, I still can't believe I'm sharing this shit with you, but I'm going to go here. You know why? Because I know I am not the only one struggling with this. I am thankful that I'm getting the help that I need by working with this fitness coach. And she's really, really helping me challenge this mindset, which is so crazy. I'm going to tell you point blank. When I first hired her and she's like, okay, Veronica, what our first goal is going to be is we're going to first work on mindset. I'm going to tell you right now. I was like, girl, please sit down. How are you going to work on mindset with me? I'm the therapist. Like, for real? I need to just learn how to eat, and I need to learn how to work out. The mindset stuff, I got it. I'll take it from here. But the reality is no, I didn't realize, no, I really do need to work on the mindset. Let me go ahead and read this for you real quick. This is another journal entry. I want to run. I don't like to be acknowledged for piss poor performance. I don't want a participation trophy. I know that sounds so crazy. It feels weird hearing you praise me. And I'm referring to times when she would say, Veronica, you're doing a great job. Like, you were able to identify your fats, your carbs, your protein, and you were able to make healthy choices. And it's like, yeah, homegirl, but I still ate what was it? What did I eat? I still had the cookie, or I still did this. And she's like, oh, okay. And I was like, well, what do you mean and? And she's like, and I'm like, and I didn't even know. I was literally waiting for her to punish me. I was waiting for her to punish me. I was waiting for her to tell me something negative or look at me and say, really, Veronica, you ate the freaking cookie? What the hell were you thinking? I was literally waiting for that. And I was so surprised she didn't tell me that. Like, at no point did she ever lead or even end with that. Instead, it was like, you made healthy choices, and you got a workout in today, and you drank your water. And it was like, why is this woman praising me? I don't deserve to be praised because I didn't lose the 10, 20 pounds that I should have lost. Okay, so what? I lost 4. Or so what? I lost 2. Or I gained 2. Or whatever the hell it was. Or my body measurements. That's the other thing. My body measurements are showing no difference. And she's like, hold on. What are you doing that's different? And it's like, oh my God, I'm finally eating breakfast. I get so busy throughout the day, so busy that I didn't realize that I wouldn't have breakfast until about 2:30. Breakfast, ladies, breakfast. I get so caught up in everything that I was doing. The minute I get into my office, it's like, okay, what tasks need to be done? What tasks need to be done for Empowered and Unapologetic? What tasks need to be done for Outside the Norm counseling? What do we need to do? I need to check. I have 50,000 emails. I need to go ahead and check that. I need to do this. And by the time you know it, it's 2:30. And it's like, oh, wait a minute. I still have yet to grab a glass of water or even drink any water. I still have yet to eat anything. And one thing that I've learned is before you leave the house, eat. Even if it's on your way to the office, eat. And so I started doing that. And I started eating. And then I finally got to a place where I was then eating lunch. I would literally get home, and the minute I would get home, if Willie didn't, I'm going to sound so awful, but I'm going to share it with you because this is just my truth. The minute I got home, like literally the minute I got home, if dinner wasn't ready, oh my goodness, I would be pissed. So mad. I'd be like, dude, what have you been doing all day? Like literally work from home. What are you doing all day? Mind you, my husband has a high level position at his work, in the company. And it's like, why are you, what? Wait a minute. What gives you authority to go out and blast him? But I didn't care about that because I was hungry. And when I'm hungry, I get hangry. Like next level, you feel me? Anybody else feel me? I get hangry. So I would get so mad. And then, I would get upset because the girls needed help with homework. And here's another thing I had to do. And there was another task. All of these things that I had to do. And what I didn't realize was I didn't have the bandwidth. And I didn't have the bandwidth because I had literally been running on fumes. I'm going to grab a glass of water or drink some water. Sorry, not glass of water, whatever. I had literally been running on fumes all day. And who was I taking it out on? I was taking it out on my kids because I didn't know how to make healthy choices for myself. I didn't know. And it's not necessarily that I was putting other people ahead of me. It's not about that. I've just have been conditioned to believe that if you're on a diet, you can't eat carbs, you can't eat sweets. So I remember I would open up the fridge and I have stuff here in my fridge, right? At the office. And it'd be like, well, what the hell am I going to eat? Well, that's right. You forgot to pack your lunch. So you're not going to eat anything. And then I would go home and then it's like, well, what am I going to eat? And I didn't want to eat another freaking salad. I'm so tired of salads. I didn't want to eat a salad because I felt like that was a form of punishment. And the only reason why I had to eat the damn salad was because I was a fat ass. That's why you got to eat the salad, because you're a fat ass. And I literally would tell myself that. And that's so horrible. It's so horrible, awful, and terrible. And I would do that. And now kind of going back, hell yes, I deserve that praise. Hell yes, but it was so hard for me to hear it. And so I would have to remind myself, she's not here to judge. She's here to support you. And she actually said that to me. I'm not here to judge. I'm here to support you. And it's like, I know you're saying that, but most people in my life have been judgmental. And so for me, it's all been based off of performance. Don't get me wrong, it's gotten better now that I'm an adult. And there was a lot of work I had to do to get there. But yeah, that's just what I was feeling. And that's when I realized I need to be more communicative. I have not allowed myself to rely on her to guide me. And I know I need this. I need this because I am tired of feeling this way. I have the skills to process through emotions pretty well. It's okay to admit that this part of my life, this big part of my life, is where I need a lot of help. I have struggled with my weight for a really long time, and it's been unfair because it's robbed me from living intentionally. The feeling of being wrong. What's wrong with that? Everything. So my coach had asked me, what's wrong with that feeling of being wrong? This was my reply. Everything. I have to get it right. If I don't, I am a failure. Everything I have done in life doesn't count until I get this right. Fuck. This is why I don't look at the breakdown of my success. This is why I don't listen to my own podcast sometimes. I'm afraid of pointing out the negatives and instead ignore that it exists. Getting it wrong is what has allowed me to be successful. It's allowed me to connect with my clients. It's allowed me to let go of expectations I have for my husband and my kids. Getting it wrong is what has got me to this level. I can be committed to this journey. It's important to me.
I know looking for the right therapist can be challenging. However, feeling overwhelmed and disconnected is even harder. Life is filled with several twists and turns, some more severe than others. We do our best to handle them as they come and find ourselves at a loss, not knowing what to do or who to turn to. The clinicians here at Outside the Norm Counseling are here to help. We are here to assist you through this time of need. Together, we will identify your strengths and goals and teach you healthy coping skills. Together, we will develop a plan to help you live the life you want to live. Our team is compassionate, genuine, and we take a great deal of pride in providing an empathetic, non-judgmental approach to all of our clients. It's time! You've waited long enough, whether it be for you, your child, or if you're in need of a couple session. We are highly trained clinicians ready to guide you. Schedule an appointment now by calling 951-395-3288. Again, that number is 951-395-3288. We're looking forward to meeting you and being a part of your journey.
Commitment to time. Why am I not committing to the time? Because I don't want to see my flaws. I don't want to spend time feeling the discomfort and sitting in it. I would rather pretend it's not there. Anybody else feel that same way? What scares me though is that in the time allotted, I still haven't figured it out. This is also bullshit because although there isn't a complete drop in weight, the expectations, of course, was 20 pounds. I have learned so much about myself and provided myself with grace and patience, something I expected from others but didn't receive. This is huge. I'm drinking water and I followed through with my promise. I am working out 4 times a week and no longer overindulging. And that's something I would totally do. I would get into this space of there's a cookie there. Well, it's just one cookie. I would eat it. Or there's so many snacks in the pantry. Well, it's not a big deal. I'm just going to grab one. Well, fuck it. I already grabbed one. So let's go ahead and keep on going. Or, you know what? It's not fair that my family gets to eat green enchiladas, rice and beans. I'm eating green enchiladas, rice and beans. But I would always go into this is not fair. And anytime I'm not allowed to eat the green enchiladas or anytime I have to replace this with this, it is a form of punishment. What I have learned though is, wait a minute. You can eat these things. You've always had the ability to eat these things. However, what has happened in the past is you have overindulged to the point where you got sick. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to feel restricted from eating carbs because guess what? Mama loves pasta, rice. Oh my gosh. I love all of the pasta, all of the bread. Give it to me all, right? But because I had this relationship where it was going to be taken away from me, what I didn't realize is I was overindulging, trying to find some level of gratitude. Not gratitude, some level of satisfaction. And that's where I was going for a really long time. And I struggled with it. The next question was, what can you do to commit to the time for you and your family? I need to put myself first, become aware of my own needs, and put that first instead of others. I need to do what I'm doing right now, self-reflecting first before answering an email, making a phone call, or taking on another task. In the mornings, I need to refrain from checking my phone and looking or answering emails and take that time to get prepared for my day. How can I show up as the best version of myself? Show the fuck up and practice what you preach. Put your bra on first and stop taking time for others and checking to see if they need help. Ladies, not only am I talking to myself in this line, I'm also talking to you. Stop doing it. I know that you're under the impression that it's going to help everybody, but I'm going to tell you right now, that is a lie you tell yourself. And for whatever reason, you keep on telling yourself that lie. I found out that the reason why I was telling myself that lie is because I didn't want to experience that feeling of not being needed. I yearned for feeling needed, even though it cost me so much and it would frustrate me. At the same time, that feeling of being needed meant that I meant something to somebody else and I mattered. But the reality is it was literally tearing me down. And I didn't want to be that anymore. I have done this in several areas of my life. I don't cook. I don't clean. Take it that next step. Wake up asking yourself, in what ways do I need to be cared for at this moment? And do it. Stop living life with your head down. Life is passing you by. Look up. Look the fuck up and enjoy it. Live it. Be intentional. That right there was my journal entry. And that right there is my wish for all of you guys. I want you to be intentional. I want you to start taking a look at your life right now. Right now. I want you to think about where you live. I want you to think about your relationship with your partner, your relationship with your kids. What area in your life right now can you work on? Not what area in your life can you work on for others. What area of your life can you work on? Now, once you've identified what area of your life you need to work on, right? Mine is definitely my health. Now let's go ahead and identify what exactly are you afraid of? For me, I was afraid that there was no way possible that it would actually happen. I was afraid of admitting I didn't know how to do it. I was afraid that I would never get the results that I've always wanted. I was afraid that if I did walk this path towards healthy living, then that would mean that I would be restricted from everything. And the reality of that is just not true. It's not. It's bullshit. But I want you right now, I want you to think about, what are you afraid of? What are your fears? What are your fears? The next step I want you to think about is, why is it so important you do this for yourself? Nobody's coming. Nobody's going to come and save you. This is you. This is entirely you. Why is it important that you do this for yourself? Why? Why is it important you take this stance? Why is it important that you experience change? Why? The next thing I want you to do is identify who do I need help from? Who is experienced in this category? Health, emotional health, mental health, physical health, right? Time management. Calm down with the time management too. If you have like all of those calendars that are color coded, mama, spend time with the people that are in those calendars. Take some time away from scheduling everything and making everything so crazy. Spend the time with your family. I need to practice what I preach too, right? Anyways, whatever it is, I want you to think about who is that one person that you can recruit that is doing this really, really well that you can get help from. For me, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm an amazing therapist. And I can say that because I worked my ass off to get to this place where I can truly help people. I can truly help women and I can truly help couples. However, when it comes to my health, girl, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I didn't know what a carb was. I don't know if you know this, but I didn't know that like lettuce was a carb. I for damn sure didn't know peanuts were fat. I didn't know what any of the oils were fat. And then if you eat meat, like beef, you got to take into consideration the fat that's in the beef. Like, it's like, what? I never knew any of those things. None of them. And so, yeah, you bet your ass I had to hire somebody that was an expert in that field, somebody that I trusted. So who is that expert in your field? or in that field that you trust. Don't know anybody? Look them up. Look them up, right? And then once you've looked them up, once you've gone ahead and booked that appointment, then I want you to go back to your why. Why are you doing this? And again, not for your kids, not for your husband, for you. Why are you doing this? What are you tired of feeling? What are you tired of experiencing? What are you tired of? If I do this, I will no longer feel this. For me, if I do this, I will no longer hide. I will no longer hide behind food. Oh, God, that hurt me. I'll say it again. If I do this, I will no longer hide behind food. I will look up and I will be able to participate in the moment. And I'll be able to enjoy my body. And I know, I'm aware I'm not, significantly overweight. I'm aware of that. It still bothers me though. It definitely bothers me. It's an issue for me, especially because I am 40. How old am I? Am I 42 or 43? I think I'm 43. I don't remember. But I think, does that happen to you? I think I am 43 because my husband just turned 44. Okay, anyway, I am 43 years old and I'm noticing that before I would literally just think about working out and I was down 5 pounds. Now I've been thinking about working out every single day, all day. And that way it ain't going nowhere. But I'll tell you what, instead of thinking about working out, my ass gets up and I go for a workout. And my workouts have ranged anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour to 30 minutes. And once that timer goes off, if I know I'm running late or things have happened or maybe I didn't wake up on time, whatever it is, either way, I'm going to keep that promise to myself. And that promise to myself is you are going to feel better and you're no longer going to be trapped by these negative thoughts. The goal? What is my goal? 2 words that describe the feeling that I want to achieve. And those 2 words are free and safe. I want to feel free and I want to feel safe. Those are my 2 words. So I'm going to ask you, what 2 words describe the feeling you are looking to achieve? We can all use a little help in our marriage, especially when it comes to communicating. I have created a guide just for you. And guess what? It's 100% free. I will give you practical tips and easy-to-use strategies to apply right now. That's right now, today. You all know I'm a huge advocate for you mamas, and I am on a mission to help you experience true connection and stress-free living. Ladies, we are setting our marriages up for success. It starts with you. You will find this freebie here in my show notes or go to empoweredandunapologetic.com/guide. The information I will be providing you is next level, and people pay good money to get these tips that I will be giving you for free. Don't forget to share this with a friend who needs it. What's up, ladies? Just want to let you guys know that your ratings and reviews for this podcast are greatly appreciated. If you love this podcast, please go to iTunes right now, write a review, rate the episode, and subscribe. Don't forget to share it with your friends.
I know we've been taught that motherhood requires alcohol. I know we've been taught not to question our relationship with alcohol until we've lost everything. And I know we've been taught that if we do dare to examine our relationship with alcohol, we need to head straight to AA and declare ourselves an alcoholic who is powerless to alcohol forever. But what if all that isn't true? That's definitely not my story. I'm Suzanne, the host of the Sober Mom Life podcast. I'm an influencer who stopped drinking in January 2020, and since then, I've been telling the truth about motherhood, influencing, alcohol, and sobriety. If you suspect deep down that glass or 3 of wine at night might just be making motherhood harder, well, you're right. Come and join me as I chat with other sober and sober-curious moms. Let's laugh, cry, and normalize sobriety together, all while we reheat our coffee for the 4th time today. I know we've been taught that motherhood requires alcohol. I know we've been taught not to question our relationship with alcohol until we've lost everything. And I know we've been taught that if we do dare to examine our relationship with alcohol, we need to head straight to AA and declare ourselves an alcoholic who is powerless to alcohol forever. But what if all that isn't true? That's definitely not my story. I'm Suzanne, the host of the Sober Mom Life podcast. I'm an influencer who stopped drinking in January 2020, and since then, I've been telling the truth about motherhood, influencing, alcohol, and sobriety. If you suspect deep down that glass or 3 of wine at night might just be making motherhood harder, well, you're right. Come and join me as I chat with other sober and sober-curious moms. Let's laugh, cry, and normalize sobriety together, all while we reheat our coffee for the 4th time today.
Hey there, this is Casey McGuire Davidson, host of the Hello Someday podcast. I'm an ex-red wine girl turned life coach who helps busy women change their relationship with alcohol. I spent 20 years climbing the corporate ladder while drinking a bottle of wine a night to unwind. In the Hello Someday podcast, my goal is to teach you the tried and true secrets of creating and living a life you don't want to escape from. Each week, I'll bring you tools, lessons, and conversations to help you drink less and live more. I'll teach you how to navigate our drinking-obsessed culture without a buzz and how to turn the decision to stop drinking from your worst-case scenario to the best decision of your life. You can find new episodes of the Hello Someday podcast every Thursday, wherever you listen, and I hope you check it out.
Addiction impacts all of us. Addiction's consequences run through all of us. From ourselves to our loved ones and through our communities, addiction creates so much loss and grief. My name is Dwayne Osterlin, and I'm the host of the Addicted Mind podcast, a show featuring personal stories, expert guests, and vital information about addiction and addiction recovery. We'll talk with leading treatment providers to discuss the latest research and treatment options for this devastating disease and advocate for mental health awareness. We discuss topics like the importance of creating a community of support to helping loved ones to some of the latest research on psychedelic medicines. The Addicted Mind podcast has been about creating hope, listening to stories of many amazing people that have overcome addiction and are thriving. If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, subscribe to the Addicted Mind podcast wherever you get your podcasts or check out theaddictedmind.com. New episodes every Monday. See you there. Addiction impacts all of us. Addiction's consequences run through all of us. From ourselves to our loved ones and through our communities, addiction creates so much loss and grief. My name is Dwayne Osterlin, and I'm the host of the Addicted Mind podcast, a show featuring personal stories, expert guests, and vital information about addiction and addiction recovery. We'll talk with leading treatment providers to discuss the latest research and treatment options for this devastating disease and advocate for mental health awareness. We discuss topics like the importance of creating a community of support to helping loved ones to some of the latest research on psychedelic medicines. The Addicted Mind podcast has been about creating hope, listening to stories of many amazing people that have overcome addiction and are thriving. If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, subscribe to the Addicted Mind podcast wherever you get your podcasts or check out theaddictedmind.com. New episodes every Monday. See you there. Addiction impacts all of us. Addiction's consequences run through all of us. From ourselves to our loved ones and through our communities, addiction creates so much loss and grief. My name is Dwayne Osterlin, and I'm the host of the Addicted Mind podcast, a show featuring personal stories, expert guests, and vital information about addiction and addiction recovery. We'll talk with leading treatment providers to discuss the latest research and treatment options for this devastating disease and advocate for mental health awareness. We discuss topics like the importance of creating a community of support to helping loved ones to some of the latest research on psychedelic medicines. The Addicted Mind podcast has been about creating hope, listening to stories of many amazing people that have overcome addiction and are thriving. If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, subscribe to the Addicted Mind podcast wherever you get your podcasts, or check out theaddictedmind.com. New episodes every Monday. See you there.